Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. We are covering the Python course for beginners and this is the chapter 9. Till now we have seen if-else statement and logical operators in a Python. Today we are going to see the most important and very interesting topic in a Python or in any programming language, that is loops. So in this video we will talk about the loops, then we will see like how many types of a loop we have in a Python, and we will write a code for each of the type with the example. So like you will get a clear picture of each loop. Okay, so first of all, let's understand what is loop. So basically you can consider like that way, like loops are used when you want to do something again and again until a condition is met. Instead of writing same code multiple times, we can use loops to make it smarter and shorter. For example, if I want to print number between 1 to 10, then I can't write 10 different print line by line. Okay, like suppose if I will print 1 to 10 number, like 1 2 3 4 5 6, all 10 numbers, if I want to print, then either I can print all these numbers in a single print using comma, or I can print like I can use 10 different print statement to print this. Okay, but that is kind of an extra work. Okay, it's not about just printing. Like if I want to use these all numbers 1 to 10, or if I want to use all these numbers somewhere in the calculation, okay, so I can't write for each number I can't write separate line. So instead of that, I will use loop and write print statements only once. So in our example, I will use a print statement just to show you like how the loop will work. Okay, but in general, when you are using the loop, you just need to remember like it is running again and again until the condition is met. So the use of loop, like when you are doing some calculation, okay, and if you are trying to find the number, suppose if I give you some numbers like between 1 to 10, and then if I told you find out the place of some number, okay, maybe 5 or 6, okay, something like that. So in that condition, like you need to go in each number, okay, if you need to go like multiple times, okay, so for that like you can use the loop. Okay, so for now you just need to remember like loop will run again and again until the condition is met. You will get a more clear idea like when we see the example. But first of all, let's understand like how many types of a loop we have in Python. So in Python there are main two loops, while loop and for loop. But in the Python, like we also have for loop, like itself can be used in a two different way. Okay, so we see all example in this video, like what is this while loop and how we can write the code for the while loop, and what is the drawback of this while loop. Then we will see about for loop with the range function. Then we will see for loop through string and list. Okay, so you can just remember like that way, like for loop can be run in a two different way. Okay, so we will see both example of a for loop. Also, we will also cover some of these topics used in a loop: break statement, continue statement, and a range function. Okay, these are some of the basic statements, okay, that we will see with the example, like how we can use these in the loop. Okay, so let's start with the while loop first, and we are going to print the number between 1 to 10 using the while loop. Okay, so first of all, our requirement is to just show the 1 to 10 numbers. We do it without the while loop. Okay, suppose without the while loop, then I need to print like that way. Okay, 2, then 3, okay, then 4. Okay, so I need to print like that way if I don't use the loop. Okay, maybe like multiple lines I have to write. Okay, so that's the kind of a lengthy process. Okay, it's just a 10 number, but in the runtime, like when we are creating the large project, it might be possible that we need to check something between 1 to 100 or 1 to 1000. Okay, so like there are a lot of ranges, but instead of that we can use the loop. Okay, so our requirement is for now our requirement is to just print the number from 1 to 10 that we are going to do using the while loops. Okay, so first our first number is 1. Okay, so let's just create one number is equals to 1. Okay, this is just a simple variable I created. Then we can just write the while. Okay, so this is a symbol for the while loop. Then condition. Okay, if you remember in the if statements as well, like we put the comparison operators. Okay, and there like we compare the two values. So here as again we are going to compare value. Again, like we want to print only till 10. Okay, so here what I will write, if number is smaller than the 10 or maybe 11, okay, because that I want to consider. 10 I want to consider. Okay, then I can print here, okay, number. So what it will do, it will start from the 1, it will check with 11. The 1 is definitely smaller than 11, so it will print the 1 here. Okay, it will print the 1 here. But next, like we want to print from 1 to 10, so like we need to increase the number. So how we can increase the number? Number plus 1. Okay, so what it will do, it will just increase the number by 1. So in this line, the number will become the 2. Okay, then again in the loop, it will come here again. Okay, then it will check the 2. 2 is smaller than 11. Definitely it is smaller than 11. Then it will print the 2. Then again it will come to this line, and after this, like it will become the 3. Then again it will go to this line and it will check whether 3 is less than 11 or not. Then yes, it is the condition is met. Then here it will come and it will print the 3. So like that way it will iterate. Okay, so if just for the flow, you just need to understand first this is a variable. Then in the while loop, how it will start? It will start with this line. It is checking this line. If the line is true, okay, this statement is true, then it will go inside the while loop body. This is the body of the loop. Okay, the loop is while. This is the body of the while loop. Then it will go inside this body and it will do the operations. Right now, like we are just printing the number, and here we incremented the number. Okay, so when it is running again and again, okay, then suppose the number will become the after like we printed the, suppose like we printed the 10, okay, and the current value of number is 10, then it will come to this line, and when it come to this line, like this will become the 11. Then again it will go to this line, okay, and this time, like when we are comparing, the 11 is smaller than 11. Okay, when we are doing this operation, 11 is smaller than the 11. At that time it will fail, it will give the false, because we know 11 is not less than 11. Okay, because they are equal. So this time it will fail and this will come out while loop. Okay, outside while loop. Okay, so this once the number value become the 11, it will come outside of the while body. Okay, let's see, and let's run this program. Okay, if you see, it is printing the number between 1 to 10. Okay, like that way, like we can print the number, or we can perform some other calculations, okay, using the loop. So here I just printed 1 to 10. Okay, but suppose like if you want to print something 1 to 100. Okay, so in that case, like we can write like that way. Okay, so there are a lot of way to write here. Okay, even I can write something like that, like less than is equals to 100. Okay, so it will run up to 100, but when it become 101, that time it will fail and it will come outside of this while loop and it will print this statements. Okay, so there are a lot of way to write this condition. Okay, and it can vary program to program. Okay, but there is a one issue here in the while loop. Okay, suppose, let me create again the same program. Okay, this is our current program. Okay, the one problem is with the while loop is, suppose if I forget to write this line. Okay, it might be possible, because when we are creating the project, it might be possible like we forget to write some lines. Okay, suppose if someone forget to do an increment to this number. Okay, someone forget to increase the value of this number. In that case, what will happen? It will like run infinite time. Yes, you are heard right. Okay, like this will run infinite time. Why? Because let me erase this part. Okay, first let's understand why this will run infinitely. Because the number value is 1 and it will come here and it will check 1 is greater than 100. Sorry, 1 is lesser than the 11. Yes, the condition will become true and this will go inside this while body and it will print the number 1. Okay, then again it will go to this. Okay, because we know in the loops, like it will iterate again and again. So it will go here again and it is checking the same thing. The 1 is lesser than the 11. The condition will become true again and we are going to print the 1 again. Okay, so like it will print 1 infinitely. okay, and it will not go here. Let me show you, like it will break everything. Okay, if you see, the cursor is going, the one is going, you see, like it is coming infinitely. Okay, so this will break the program. Okay, and this is a very big problem in the programming. Okay, so in to stop this, like you need to stop the whole program. Okay, so this is the issue in the while loop. Okay, so in order you, when you are implementing the while loop, you need to remember one thing, like whatever the thing you are using here, the condition, you need to make sure like it will we are going to increment this value. Okay, maybe like something you will use, but you need to remember just one thing, you need to find a way to come out this loop. Okay, you need to find a way to come out this loop, and that problem also can be solved using a for loop. So let's understand what is for loop and how we can write the code for the for loop. Let's take the same example. Okay, I'm like writing here in the next line, so like we will understand this easily. Okay, using for loop, using while loop. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to do the same thing using the for loop. Okay, so first of all, the syntax of a for loop is for. Okay, and it first, like we are checking doing the for loop using the range function. Okay, so how we can define the for syntax for the for loop, it can be like this: I in range, and the range here, like it accepts the three parameter is starting number, okay, then ending number, then step. Okay, this is the basic syntax of a for loop. Okay, for now, like you can we will see later like what is this step. Okay, by default the step value is 1. Okay, so just keep in mind the step value is 1, and by so we are not going to include in this program, but later we will see. Let's implement this method. Okay, so let's write it down, I in range. In our program, what we want to do, we want to print the number between 1 to 10. Okay, so I can write like that way directly, 1 to 10. Then I can print the I. Okay, I just a variable. Okay, it is not the new thing, or okay, it is just a variable, so you can type it anything. Okay, okay, I am just keeping the I for now. Maybe let's see like whether it will print all the values or not. Okay, and let me write here something for loop, so we will know this is the output after the for loop. Okay, like of the for loop. Oh sorry, I forget to, let's keep it only 1, and let's do number is equals to number plus 1. Okay, if you see the for loop, it is also printing the number from 1 to 9 for now. Okay, because this is the ending number, but we can, if we can write like that way, 11. So it will print the number from 1 to 10. Okay, so like that way we can use a for loop here, like in the while loop, like we just checking the condition. Okay, number is greater than 10 or 2 or not. Okay, but in the for loop we define the range. We define the range here, like we define the range from 1 to 11. So but it will it will run only 10 times. Okay, because 11 minus 1 is equals to 10. Okay, so you can, if someone will ask like how many times like this loop will run. Okay, so how you can find it, you can find it by the difference of these two. Okay, ending point and the starting point, so it will run only 10 times. So like that way, like we can use the range method also. Like if we write like that, okay, 11 only, so what it will do, it will start with the 0. Okay, so because by default like starting point is a 0. Earlier in our example we defined the 1. Okay, so it will start with the 1, but if we don't define the 1, okay, so it will start with the 0. Let's see. Okay, if you see, it is starting now with the 0. Okay, so in the range method you need to remember in the syntax, like the starting number, then ending number, then the step. The default value for the starting is a 0, and the default value for the step is 1. So that's all about the for loop using the range function. Let's see different example. There, like we will use the for loop, but not with the range method. Okay, we will use the for loop for to iterate the string or a list. Suppose let me take an example. So let's iterate string using for loop. So how we can do it? Let's first create a string, okay, as is equals to Python, okay. Then in the for loop, how we can use this item in as print item. I can use I as well here, no issue, but I am writing the item for now. So we can write like that way also, okay. In the previous example, we defined the range, but here we directly iterate on string. Also, if we have the list, okay, suppose I created the list like that way, test one, or maybe let's consider this as a fruits. Okay, let's take the perfect example, fruits. Here I have apple and I have banana, then oranges. Okay, like that way, if I have the list, okay, then I can iterate the list as well here, and this is the item. So let's print this. Okay, first second for loop. Let me change this to 2 so it will like not block the screen. Let me close this again. So let me explain you once. Okay, what it will do here, like suppose like this is our list, okay, and we are doing the looping on this list. So this is a syntax for item in fruits. So what it will do, it will pick the items one by one and it will print here. Okay, so the length is 3 here. So this loop will work only this loop will run only 3 times. So let's run this program. Okay, so this is second for loop and we are printing the items inside the list. Okay, so what we saw till now, like we saw how to run the while loop, then how to run the for loop with the range function, then how to run the for loop using the string or list. Okay, we can iterate on these like that way. Okay, so there are in the Python, these are the basic 3 way to perform the loops in the Python. Okay, now let's understand the break statement and the continue statements. Okay, range we already discovered. Okay, like what is this range function? In this video, like we are also covering the break statement and a continue statement. So for that, we can take this example, okay, for now, or maybe like here as well. So what we can do, let's take this one example. Okay, suppose I am iterating this till 100, okay, till 100, and I'm printing each value. And when I'm like using this now, like here I don't have to write like that way. Okay, I is equals to I plus 1. Okay, here in the for loop I don't need to do this because by default in the range method, like it will handle that. Okay, range method by default, like it will increase the value and it will assign the increased value in I in each loop. Okay, but in the while, like we need to manually do this. Okay, so here what we are going to do, we are going to do a break statement. Okay, so suppose we are printing I, but if we get the 5, okay, suppose I is equals to 5, that time if we write the break statement, okay, break, so what it will do, it will break the loop. Okay, so if you know, like loop will run again and again until the condition is met, but if we want to break the loop in between, we can use the break statement. So what it will do, it will print 1 2 3 4 5. After printing the 5, when it will come to this line, it will check 5 is equals to 5, yes, then it will go inside this if condition and it will go here and it will see, oh, it is a break. Then what it will do, it will come outside of this for loop. Let's run and see. Okay, for loop, and it is printing 0 1 2 3 4 5, but after 5 it is not running, even though like we have defined the range till the 100. Okay, but it is breaking the loop when we have the 5. So you can just think about of a break is like that way, like break is nothing, it is only used in the loop when you want to break the loop. Okay, so it just simply break the loop. It can be a for loop, it can be a while loop. Okay, let's understand the continue. So like that way, even we can write the continue, but let's take these lines above the print. So what it will do, continue, you can think of this in that way, like it will skip the current iteration. Okay, like when we are running it, suppose in the starting the I value is 1, it will come here and it will check with the 5, no condition is not met, then it will print the 1, then it will become the true and it will check again, no condition is not met, then it will print the 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. When it will become the 5, it will come here and it will check the condition, yes the condition is met, it will go inside this if condition and it will continue the loop. So like it will not the break the loop this time, it will continue the loops. Okay, so it will, when we write the continue, it will go again here and the value of I will become the 6. Okay, so let's see the behavior of this, and let me write only 10. Let me close this. Okay, let's run and see the behavior of this continue. If you see, this is our program. Here what we did, we printed the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, but 6. Okay, 5 is missing. Why 5 is missing? Because before printing the 5, we continued the loop. Okay, so the compiler was never there, okay, when the value was 5. I hope you got my point. Break, just what break will do, break will just break the loop, but continue, it will just continue the loop. Okay, it will not break, it will just like stop the current iteration. Also, let's see what is the difference between while and for loop in the Python. So this is just a two basic difference. I write it here. Okay, so in the while loop, like we'll repeat until a condition is false, and the syntax of a while loop is this: the while keyword, then the condition. In the for loop, we already know the number of repetition. Okay, because we define the range. Okay, and in the range, like we gave the number, so it always run based on the numbers we provided. So for loop will never run on the infinitely. Okay, even like we saw the example like where we run the while loop infinitely. Okay, so that was a problem. But in the for loop, we know that for loop will never go to infinite. And this is the syntax, basic syntax of a for loop. So that's all for this video. We learned about while and for loops. We used range function and practiced how to break or skip part of the loop. In the next video, we will create some of the basic programs using loops, arithmetic operations, and logical operators just for practice to like what we have learned till now. We will create some of the basic programs like how to find odd numbers between 2 to 20 or maybe from 1 to 10. Okay, then we will print some the table of some numbers. Like if we have the 5, then the table of 5 is like 5, 10, 15, 20. So like that way, like we will print the table of any number. Then we will count the number of character or a letter in a string, in a word, using a loop. Okay, so basically in the next video, we will create some more programs to understand the syntax of a loop, and we will see how the loop will work. If you are enjoying this Python series and want to stay with my channel, then don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. You will get a regular videos on this channel related to Python, related to some AI, and related to the cloud technologies. If you have any doubt, you can comment on this channel or you can ping me on my Instagram. Thanks for watching. I will see you in next video.